After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 279. It is Monday, October 9th, 2017 as we are recording. I want to welcome all new and returning viewers. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
I am Talia, also known as Princess and Gypsy.
I want to thank you all for joining us. If you are new, we're glad to have you with us. We hope that you find something you enjoy and that you will come back. And if you are returning, yay, we're glad to have you back, putting up with our shenanigans week after week. Mm-hmm. We do, if you're in the shadows, new or returning, and you have not either subscribed and or joined the Ravelry group, please feel free to do so. The subscribe button, submit button, subscribe button, whatever it is on your left on YouTube.
Yes.
To get on Ravelry, you just go to Ravelry and look up Pen, Hook, and Needles and join the group. And we'd love to have you there. Once you are a member of the group, you'll be eligible for all the prizes and giveaways and things. Okay? So we'd love to have you there. We do have a new person who became official.
Yay.
And that is Baby Cables. I love that. Baby Cables, who is Megan. So hi, Megan. Welcome. Glad to have you with us. Okay. Here at the PHN, with the Fun in the Woman Cave. Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything to say? What's in your mug?
I just realized I did not bring any sort of sweater thing. Knitted object.
I don't either, but that's not in your mug anyway.
No, but it was sadness.
What's in your mug?
What's in your mug?
I asked you first.
Yeah, but you always have the same thing.
I asked you first.
You always have the same darn thing.
I have a different mug. And watch your language. This is a family show. Language.
Darn.
Language. Reference. Go on. We're starting early with the references.
That was an easy one. That was like a gimme.
They should know that one, yes.
So, Plum Deluxe tea, Mango Estate herbal tea. Pour yourself a cuppa for good luck. And it's honeybush tea, mango pieces, ginger, lemon peel, calendula, mango essence, love, gratitude, no caffeine.
Sounds good.
And let me take a sip. It's in my Tudor mug.
Tudor, Tudor?
Tudor rulers.
Tudor, Tudor. That would be a very veiled reference. I'm sure nobody would get that one, considering it's a little bit changed.
I don't think I get it.
You should do Tudor, Tudor.
Nope.
I like this one. This one's good.
You need to start making a list of the ones you like.
I don't know what they are. I never pay attention to what you're saying. It goes in one ear, out the other.
And then you're like, gosh, Talia, what's that tea I like? I'm like, no.
I have chai tea, but I have it in my Boston mug that we got on our trip to Boston when Talia went for her, I think it was the time that you got your award.
Yeah, the only time I went to Boston was for that award for work.
Boston. And this is a huge mug. It has like 16 ounces in it. And I've got my special Sunday chai tea in here because it's a holiday here in the States. And I'm fighting a little bit of a headache, so I wanted to have this caffeine.
Up. My hair is doing whatever the heck it wants to today.
Language.
Meow.
Okay. We do have some things to go through. You don't have anything that you want to say off the top?
Mm-mm.
Okay. We have a coupon code that's still active from Cappy, from the Yarn and I, the Yarn and I Cappy podcast and the Yarn and I Etsy shop. Okay? And the coupon code is in the thread. It goes until the end of the year. Cappy has been extremely generous with our podcast group. Okay, the coupon code is there. It is for 15% discount on purchases over $25. And as I said, her Etsy shop is the Yarn and I Yarn and I think it's the Yarn and I Etsy.com. Is that what it usually is?
I guess.
I just have her bookmarked, so I just go to Etsy.
And she usually
find
has an ad underneath.
She does. She has an ad in our group, so that's very generous. Thank you, Cappy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's valid to the end of the year. In other groups, well, the Yarn and I Cappy podcast is still having their Cal to raise awareness for depression. Okay, and what you're to do is to knit or crochet something for you that makes you happy. Not to give away, even if it makes you happy to give it away. It's for you. Okay, a shawl or a toy or whatever it is you're making for you. Okay, and it goes on till December 31st. She encourages you to double dip. So if it meets rules for one of our alongs or one of Laura Concerts or one of Heidi Undead Yarns or anything like that, Packing Knits, any of those alongs, if it anything you might come across, if you can make it fit their rules, Victorian Studio, you can double dip. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you have multiple chances to win a prize with this particular Cal if you double dip.
You want to make a toy?
Yes, toys. Owls and turtles and bunnies and stuff, okay? And the hashtag is hashtag 123 for me Cal. It's the numbers 123. 4 is a word, FOR, me, KALCAL. Okay, all one word smushed together. Okay, and there's the Harry Potter Cal, which is the Victorian Studio podcast, which is the lovely Maureen, and she is also hosting this all year. It's been going since January. Will end in December. The end of December, and it's Harry Potter related. Okay, the rules are in her group. She's a fantastic podcast. You need to watch her and to get in all the information and get in on all the giveaways and things. She makes fantastic prizes and things because a lot of them are handmade. She's very talented. She's a true artist. And I forgot to mention that Cappy also has a very informative podcast that is very enjoyable. Okay, both of them. I'm not sure when Cappy is going to be podcasting next. I think she might do it monthly, but I'm not sure. I know she's been busy dyeing up. I think she's doing another fiber festival because I think she's doing the same one that Sheila and Debbie are doing. I'm not sure though. Sheila is doing and Debbie's going to. Okay, so that's that one. The Whip It Good Cal is in the Undead Yarn group. That's Heidi, Nitty Girl. And co-hosting with her is Crocheting Whovian for the Crocheting Whovian podcast and Jeanette from Book of Stitchers podcast. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You take out your whips and your plops. Project long-term ongoing project. Okay?
Tilly Trout.
Tilly Trout, yes. So you just work on those, finish them if you can, and they will be eligible for prizes in those groups. And the rules are in those groups, and they are fantastic podcasts if you want to watch something that you aren't already watching, or if you haven't watched them in a while, you might want to check them out again. Okay? All right. The next one. Oh, before I leave Crocheting Whovian, she is having a Christmas along. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. I haven't checked it recently, but I believe it's for making Christmas gifts, and you put them in there. I don't know what the rules are or anything, so you need to check that out if you're interested. Excuse me. All right. The Stash Reduction Cal is in the Never Cast Off podcast. That's Sheila, who is Blue Yarn Always, and Debbie, who is Deb's Destiny. And that's in conjunction with the Fiber Pusher podcast. I believe that goes to the end of the year. And this time around, you post all your items in the Never Cast Off podcast thread. Okay, it's being hosted in their thread this month. All right, and all the rules are in that group. All right, in hers and in Benita's, which is Fiber Pusher. Okay, and those are both wonderful podcasts to watch as well. And I want to thank Debbie and Sheila for the very nice mention that we got on their podcast this last time around. It was a pleasure having you with us for the Cardiac Read Along. We really enjoyed that. You guys are amazing. Thank you for helping to make it a wonderful, fun Cal. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for your kind words. We really appreciate that too. Okay, the Easy A Cal is the it's for the Laura Smoot Easy A shawl pattern, and it's in the Crocheting Whovian podcast group. That's Laura Concert, and I believe it's going to the end of this month. It's a really quick and easy Cal. If I hadn't had issues with my hands on and off, I probably would have had a couple of them in there already. But as it is, I've just got one on the needles. But It's a real fun, easy pattern, and if you want a chance at some decent prizes over there, because she does have nice prizes.
So you were actually looking for yarn at the yarn store for another Easy A, weren't you?
I think. I mean, I see, I think what happens is you get obsessed with a certain pattern.
Nope, never happens to me.
And right now, mine is Lala's and the Easy A.
I absolutely never have had that happen. I always do different projects. Every single time. Not like
her nose is going.
not like I have 4 pairs of the same sock going and 2 pairs of the same two
shawls.
shawls.
I have 2 or 3 of the Bakery Bear shawl. You know, her sock knitter shawl.
For a while I had all those oopses.
Yeah, I mean, I had many owls. We just like our particular patterns, I guess. But anyway, that Cal, the Easy A Cal, is in the Crocheting Hoovian podcast. Okay, and I think I got all of them now. I want to say that Packing Knits has something going, but I can't remember what it is, if she does. So if you're interested in that or checking it out to see if I'm wrong, which I probably am, it's in the Packing Knits podcast group. Okay? All right. Do I go right into current, or do you have anything you want to say?
People who put in for the cardiac read-along,
yes.
who won prizes for cardiac read-along.
Yes, we have heard from several people, but there are a few people. Valeria, Rose Bob, I can't remember who else, but you two stick out in my head. We need to hear from you. Contact me with your name and address.
Yes, we already have them. Yes, we still want you to contact Mom.
Yes, please do, because I want to know that you saw it, and I want to know that my address is correct, and I like to hear from people. So even if I don't always get back to you right away, I like to hear from you. So let me know what you won and your full name and address, okay? If you're not sure what you won, check out the last podcast.
And for a slight continuation of the cardiac read-along, I did, you guys saw it in the prayer thread.
Thank you for the prayers.
Yes, thank you. I ended up in the ER on Saturday morning because I developed left arm tingling, and my heart rate ranged from 90s to 191. With minimal activity, I was putting my knitting bags away. So that's definitely not an exercise.
No. Unless it's an exercise in futility.
The tingling lasted approximately an hour. But the heart rate only went up if I was doing more than sitting or standing absolutely still.
Yeah. And of course it didn't behave when she got there. So.
Well, no, because they had me laying in a stretcher.
And you had taken your medicine.
The medicine really didn't do anything, because as soon as I got home and started doing stuff, my heart rate was 140s, 150s. It brought it off of the 191 maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but that alone...
Well, it did make a difference.
Not enough. They just didn't listen.
Well, they never do.
I have not had great experiences with this.
Actually,
I've had 1 or 2.
You've had a couple. The problem was, and without speaking badly about anybody, I was just sitting there like a fly on the wall because I didn't want to. They asked me to come in, and I didn't want them to regret asking me to come in. So I was being quiet, but I was keeping an eye on everything. I lost my show notes. I was keeping an eye on everything, and I was not impressed with the ER doc. I was not. She was not listening. She wasn't, it's almost as if they had preconceived idea of what it was, and that was it.
Well, it was one of those, I came in, explained, hey, I came in with this high heart rate, left arm tingling, and then the response was, so why did you come in? And I'm sitting here, I wanted to ask her if she was paying attention.
It's a good thing I wasn't in there, because I would have asked her.
No, I would have been upset because...
I probably wouldn't. I would have been thinking it very loudly in my head. Because I sat there doing other things.
Yes. But instead I just told her I would have told anyone else to come in. Now, the cardiac awareness part of things. We probably should have gotten there sooner. We took our time getting stuff together.
Yep. Not the way to do it.
No. If I had actually been... And I didn't actually think I was having a heart attack, but because with the syndrome that I have, where the heart rate goes up inappropriately, the symptoms will mimic those of a heart attack. And And so you do have to take it seriously when it's a new symptom. And for me,
It was new. We
it
should have
was a
gone
new
faster.
symptom. We should have gone faster. We should have just left.
Right.
But we took. It probably took us about half an hour to get there. And it
And
shouldn't have taken
I
that
think it took
long.
us about 15, 20 minutes, but that's still too long.
Yeah.
In actuality, we should have called an ambulance. But
So,
don't do what we did.
yes. If your loved one is having symptoms like a heart attack, don't take the time to gather stuff. And
Just go.
I knew I wouldn't be admitted. I've gone down this road before.
This is what irritated me about with all the stuff that she's been through and all the things that she's been in the ER at least 4 times this year, and
I think it's been 3 times.
and called off work multiple times and stuff like that. With all the things that are going on, they haven't been able to see anything. So the logical, I'm not going to say intelligent, the logical thing to do is to keep her in for observation, so you have her for all that time so you can see what's going on.
Well, they wouldn't have any activities. I do kind of understand that.
Well, you get up and you walk around. When I was in there, I did my rosary walking around and all that kind of stuff, and that would have showed up.
Yeah.
So they dropped the ball, in my opinion, my humble, unmedical opinion, by letting you go home. And Valeria agrees with me.
But
Bunny agrees with Turtle.
I'm supposed to see a specialist,
25th?
something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to see about getting an earlier appointment. So nothing was actually seriously wrong, but it's
It's kind of scary.
mimicked the symptoms of something that could have been seriously wrong. And for those who are like, who are not familiar with heart and what the normal ranges are, your normal range is 60 to 100. Most people, 90 to 100 is a bit high at rest. And prior to medicine, 90s to 100s was normal for me at rest. And I've gotten up as high as 200 some.
The rest?
No, with that minimal activity.
Okay, you gotta
no,
clarify.
never at rest. Never
Yeah,
at
clarify that.
rest. With that minimal activity, I've gotten as high as 200 some.
Yeah. So as you can see, when we go for walks and things like that, we carry a phone. We both have sticks, so she can, keep her balance and stuff like that.
Because I don't know when it's going to hit.
Yeah.
I have good heart days and bad heart days. And Saturday was a particularly bad heart day.
It was a rough day. It really was.
So.
Yeah.
Thank you for the prayers. I am okay. It's just another part of the saga.
Right.
And yes, we are thinking of you too, Sue.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention her name, but the person we just mentioned, I posted an update with Talia's in the thread about her, and she's very appreciative of all your prayers. She misses you all, and you know where to find me if you want to send things to her. You can get the address from me. Okay. I have her permission, but I will not put the address up on public forums. So just contact me if you need the address. And you know who I'm talking about if you're in the group. Okay?
Even though but that's such a common name.
That's a common name, so it doesn't matter. Okay. All right, now, the toy along is currently going on in our group. I like this mug. It keeps my tea warm.
Maybe it's just your imagination.
That's a digression. All right, the toy along has been going for a little over a week. Okay, today's the 8th, or is it the 9th? Today's the 9th.
Oh, I took my watch off because it's charging.
Today's the 9th. Okay, so it's been going for a little over a week, and I don't know why I keep losing my show notes.
It's preserving power.
I don't ask it to preserve power. I asked it to keep my show notes up. Okay,
You can change the settings.
We've been going for about a week, and I love all the things I'm seeing, even though I haven't been as active as I like. I've been trying to keep up with the threads, but life has been a little crazy, so I haven't been able to be as active as I like. But I do like what I'm seeing on the toy alongs. That's awesome. We have 2 lovely co-hosts. We have Maureen, who is Victorian Studio. Actually, we have 3 co-hosts, 2 podcasts. So Maureen, who is Victorian Studio from Victorian Studio Podcast, and we have Obi-Wan Knitter and Bryony Bear from the Bakery Bears. We love them dearly, and they also mentioned us on their podcast. So hi, Kay and Dan.
I'm behind.
We're very, very glad to have all three of you with us. It's so exciting.
I didn't think about it a second. Did you say their names right? Because we always want to say Day and Can.
So we're glad to have them with us this year. They're Dan is doing his first Bakery Bear, and I'm really excited about that for him. And
She has absolutely no idea what it's like to sit next to the designer.
none, Dan, none. And Kay is doing some kind of a modification. I think it's a Susan Claudino pattern.
I'm still making my way through the last couple podcasts.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what it is, but it's really exciting to watch them do that. So we're really happy to have you guys with us. Both podcasts are very, very good, very informative, very entertaining, very different, but very good. And I think you'll enjoy them both if you don't watch either one of them. They're very good. And if you can triple dip in all three, but you have to be a member of all three groups to do so.
Yes.
Okay. The CAL began October 1st and goes until the 31st. And they can be started any time, but they must be worked on during the time frame, okay, in order to be eligible. So we need to see one whip per project per week, the FO whenever it's finished, if it is finished. We hope it is, because I love seeing the finished toys.
Oopsie.
Make me happy. And they can be loom knitted, or crocheted, and they can be used for whatever reason, as long as they are not harmed, okay?
No harming of toys.
No harming of toys on this podcast or anything CALs thereof. Double dipping, it's our normal rules, okay? And they are in the podcast group. And the reason I'm cutting it short a little bit is because I want to show you the prizes that we have so far, because I haven't done that yet. Please feel free to tell others about the toy along. They just have to join the group or groups that they want to participate in this toy along with us, and then they can be eligible for all the prizes and giveaways and things. We do have, I'm sorry, I cannot pull my words out. We do have featured patterns for which you will get 2 chances at a prize for the FO, okay? Any Franciscan Gypsy Designs finished objects will get 2 chances at a prize. Any of Crocheting Hoovian's Hufflepuff pattern that's a finished object will get 2 chances at a prize. Any Bakery Bears toy has 2 chances at a prize. Any finished object in Lady Fernico Creations yarn has 2 chances at a prize. And any finished object in Undead yarn, that's Heidi of Undead Yarn, Nitty Girl, will have 2 chances at a prize for an FO. If you use one of the featured yarns with a featured pattern, so Lady Fernico yarns and Franciscan Gypsy Design toy, or Undead yarn and Franciscan Gypsy Design, or Lady Fernico yarns and Bakery Bear toy, or Hufflepuff, or whatever, you get 3 chances at a prize for the finished object. Okay? So lots of chances to get prizes here. If I confused you, which is entirely possible, it's in the group. Okay? Now, there are a list of suggested toys just to get you started if you don't know where to start, but most of you have been with us for a while and you know all the toys. You don't have to do those toys. You can do whatever you want. But hey, Franciscan Gypsy, hey, Bakery Bears, Hufflepuff, hey, little self-promotion here. Anyway, do what ones you like. Susan Claudino has some wonderful patterns. Rebecca Danger has some neat patterns.
Which is the one that Teresa always does the patterns for? Not just Patrick Moose. The one with all the narwhal.
I don't know. I mean, we've got Stacy Trock. We've got all kinds
It's not the one. Teresa usually does this particular designer.
There's little muggles.
Maybe it's a little. It's like this narwhal sort of thing, or a whale or something that she always does.
I don't know who does that one. There are several toy people. I mean, I know Laura Concert likes, other than yours, she likes the little muggles and things like that. So there are plenty of toy designers out there for you guys to do.
The other one I'm thinking is a crochet designer as well.
Dan, you need to try crochet toys. You want to challenge yourself, crochet toys. And before you challenge me to knit a toy, I never said I wanted to challenge myself. Okay? I'll get there eventually. But you said you wanted to challenge yourself. You have been challenged. Dan, Obi-Wan Knitter, I am calling you out.
You called him out before. He just ignores you.
He ignores me. I'm calling you out.
Again.
Crochet toy. Easy one. Okay? If you want to. I never force it, I never want anybody to feel forced. It's fun. Okay. Okay, now, all right, let me show you the toys. The prizes that we have so far. Okay. Oh, before I get to that point, the tag is PHN Toy 2017, or on Instagram, hashtag PHN Toy 2017. Okay. Now, prizes that have started coming in. We've had a couple for a while here. This is a bag that was made by Laura Smoot, our wonderful, very supportive Laura Smoot. And it's such a cute little cat in the hat. I think it's kind of a sock size.
I think you're right.
Maybe
I would put a sock in there.
Sock, hat, maybe a shawlette.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a box bottom to it.
I think when I finish doing this pair of socks, I might start a tam for her, because I think she was looking at the tam she has in church. She wears them a lot.
She likes my yellow one.
She likes your yellow one. I have to find something similar in style to that.
Yeah. So this is one prize. Thank you, Laura.
Because she wears it with all different color outfits, and she needs more
Yeah.
a variety of color.
I would make that one against it hurts my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's one prize. We have a the stitch markers from Cappy. All right, I'll come back to that in a second. This is this for the toy along? It is for the toy along.
You'd forgotten?
Who is this from? Oh, this is from Christina. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
These are from Christina. I don't even have these on my list yet. So these are from Christina. Thank you, Christina. One for each of 2 lucky winners. Okay. One is the Barocco Boboli lace. And I don't think it's actually lace. I think it's a fingering weight. I think she
It
said
looks
that.
like a fingering weight.
And this is... They both have cute little stitch markers. So this one has like a little sandal. I don't know if you can see.
You can kind of see
Kind
it.
of see the...
Yeah.
Okay. And this one's got this really pretty kind of bead on it. See it?
Yeah, you can kind of see it.
Okay, kind of. They match the yarn. Okay, so that's this.
I
And
planned poorly. I should have gotten a shawl.
yeah, I do not seem to have Cappy's stitch markers with me at the moment. I will. You've seen them before. Yeah. I think I put them back in because they have the toy along ones in them, so they're in the other bag.
While you're running through the prize, I'm going to scooch behind you.
All right.
Because I am cold.
Now this prize came from Mariette, Maria Wilhelmina. She gave this to us a while back to give out as a prize. We hadn't had a chance. And this is the Afghan Hound colorway, I believe. No, the Sirius colorway. It's the Afghan Hound yarn. It is 50% superwash merino, 50% silk, 231 yards, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, DK weight. Isn't this beautiful? And I cannot tell you how soft this is. This is 50% silk, 50% superwash merino. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so that's one. This is Sock Bunny Studio Yarns, and this is Miracle Sock Yarn. It's 80% superwash BFL and 20% nylon, 400 yards. And the colorway is Come Fly With Me. And it's kind of these purples and grays. Okay? People who have been with us for a while will recognize this. This is KR Dye Works, now Kim Dye's yarns. And this is the Panhook and Needles colorway when we did our
First year.
When we hit a year.
I'm not even sure that's when we hit a year. I think that's when we hit 100 members.
It might have been. So this is, and I will try to scan it up a little better, but this is the original PHN colorway. Whoops.
It's a bunny.
And this is 557 yards. I believe this is a fingering weight. Maybe a little heavier, but I think it's a fingering weight. Okay. And then I was going through my books and found that I had a double of this. So this is going up as well. I've never used it. This is the Loom Knitting Primer. I've noticed that some people have been picking up the loom. So this is a primer of how to use the loom knitter. Alright, so that's that. And then the stitch marker that is in the other bag, the one that's going to be one for this along is the elephant stitch markers. And these are made by Cappy's mom. So we are very appreciative of that as well. Okay, so we have had some wonderful prizes come in. Very appreciative of all that. Put this in here so I don't lose
Thank
it.
you, all of you.
Thank you very, very much. It's in here like so. Okay, that takes care of, as some people say on their podcast, administration. All right, there.
Or Administrati, that's
Administrative, that's
Stocking
Stocking
Zombies.
Zombies. Okay, let's see where we're at here. How many do you have?
Let's see. It is counting time.
Mm-hmm.
One, two,
I think I have 9.
3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6.
Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9.
So that means you go twice.
Do I have 10?
Good heavens.
I think I have 10. I don't know. We'll see. Because apparently I can't count. Okay, the first one you haven't seen in a while from me. In my Teenage Mutant Turtle Ninja Turtle Silver Shed USA large bag is my Avalon shawl from the On the Forest Floor pattern by Simone Carrette. I'm not sure how she says her
Simone
name.
Carrette is how
I
it is.
apologize for mispronouncing it, Simone. Okay. I did about 2 or 3 rows on this yesterday, I think it was. So you can see I'm not doing the twigs, just like Talia, I'm not doing the twigs. And I really love the way this is turning out. It's so pretty. I just, even without the twigs, I love the simplicity of the pattern in terms of the design.
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
And I love the way it falls.
it's just beautiful. I can't wait to finish this and start my other one. Yes, Obsession. And I'm using US 7, I believe these are Chow Goos, fixed circular Chow Goo needles on a 40-inch cable. The colorways are Dragonfly Fibers, Traveler, and Kelpie, Riptide, and Mermaid. And I'm not really sure which is which offhand, but that's okay. Doesn't matter at this point. So you can check on my project
Yeah,
page.
she got it as the kit.
Yeah, that one I got as a kit. Okay, I have to do another one?
Yes.
Okay, my next one is in my Kikiboo Holiday Owls bag. Holiday Owls bag. That's this one here. Okay. It's my Cherub project. I'm loom knitting this on a Cindy loom, and this is a new project. It's a baby hat.
Oh.
I'm not sure how I feel about these the narrow teeth. I'm working on it. I like the fabric that comes out of it. I don't know if you can see.
It's really too early.
You can just barely get the color.
Yeah, it's really too early to see much of it right
This
now.
is the colorway. Okay. Cherub, it's called Cherub because I'm using Cherub Kaleidoscope DK. Okay. And I think the colorway is actually Kaleidoscope. I'm not sure. So I'm having fun with this. It's a itty bitty baby loom. This was given to me by Laura Concert.
Mhm.
And I do like the fabric that's coming out of it. I just have to get used to how to, when you twist it around, it's very narrow, so you kind of have to
Pay attention.
pay attention to what you're doing. It's just really a little fiddly until you get used to it, but it'll be fine. Okay, it's just fine, and I'm enjoying this. There. Okay, that takes care of that.
Okay, so the first one for me I barely worked on, but I did work on it a little bit. I worked on a lot of the same projects.
Seems to be what we've been doing lately is wanting to finish things or whatever, or start and finish.
So this is Scarlet, the sparkly unipony pattern designed by me. And I'm using Knit Picks Bravo Sport in the colorways red and white.
Part of me was like, "You're not using sparkly yarn."
This is supposed to mimic Mom's red horse that she had as a child. And also supposed to help with some of the tutorial videos that before I had my cameras that I have now.
It's a pony, not a horse.
You're right, it's a pony, but it's not a unipony. So I just worked a little bit on the ear. So
Very nice.
this was already done.
Yay.
Yay!
I
So
was watching Ultron last night, and Tony found the door. He's like,
yay!
little things amuse us. Like Loki going,
That's not Ultron though.
no, I know. I am well aware of that. Okay.
When did you guys watch Ultron?
No, we didn't. I watched it to work out.
Oh, you said last night.
I don't remember saying that. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Whatever. Okay. My next one is in my Kikiboo Puzzle Pieces project bag, if I can find it.
You need to do 2 this time.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Do it way back there. Okay. This is my, because he asked me project from the Time
What
Me
are
Up.
you doing there?
What are you doing there? Reference. Because he asked me project from the Tie Me Up pattern by Bernat Designs. This is the time working out for my husband. I didn't do a lot on this. I think I did a little bit of this while I was in the ER with Talia. So, still working on this. I have to see what it is that I have to end up at, because my pattern is a little bit worn from where I have it folded, and the number is right on the fold. So it's getting there. You know, it's getting there. I hope this will be done at Christmas. I really want it to be done at Christmas. So we'll see. I actually have to work on it for that to happen. So this is one of the ones I have on my list of things to do. It's just hard to do it when my husband's home. Like, he's home today because it's a holiday. So this will not get worked on until he goes home. Goes back to work. That's 3. I need to do another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you said you had 9 or 10, and I only
Yeah.
have 6.
Yeah. Okay, my next one is in my wait a minute. My Ploverbird Owl bag.
Oh yeah, I never did tell you my pony was in my Silver Shed USA Avengers bag.
In my Ploverbird Owl bag, which is one of my favorites, that is not a Silver Shed. Of course, every one that I'm using is one of my favorites when I've got it out on my lap. But this one's got the owls on it. Anyway, this is the Mother's Day shawl from the Dead Easy pattern by Heidi R., who is Knitty Girl, our very own Knitty Girl. It was Undead Yarn, Undead Hardy, Undead Yarn, Heidi. I sound like I'm trying to be one of those bad foreign films where they always, like the old Charlie Chan, where they kind of took the stereotypes. Okay, so I'm making some good progress on this. I like this pattern. The rows are long. It doesn't look like it because it's bunched up on the needle. So the rows are really long. So I really can't do one or two is about all I can do at a time. And you can see that I've widened it out a little bit. I did some extra. I've only done one set of extra increases at this point. I have another set in here, but I will see if I need that or not. But I really like the way it's turning out. I think what I might do, because it looks like I'm not sure I'll be able to finish all the rows I have with this yarn. I might be able to. I'm not very good at judging with my knitting. If I don't, I will finish off with the stripe here. So
You have quite a bit left there.
I do. I might still finish off with the stripe. We'll see. But I like this. It's nice. And Heidi's got her other one coming out pretty soon, the fingering weight one, which, because I'm me, I will not do a fingering weight. I will do in DK or something. So, but I'll do it because it'll be a big shawl. It'll be a big shawl. And this is all Heidi's yarn. All of this is Heidi's yarn. Her pattern, her yarn. So, if you're interested in the pattern, I think this one is free. I think her fingering weight one is paid for. I'm not sure how long this one will remain free. I don't know. I can't remember if I heard that she might make this one paid or not. So if you want this one, the first one, I think it's a DK weight version, you might want to check it out as soon as possible before it possibly goes paid.
So it's my turn now. So in my Silver Shed USA Tree Frogs bag is Nemu. the On the Forest Floor pattern designed by Simone Carite. And I'm using Miss Babs Yazawetta Skein in the colorways Faded, Chirp, and Marine. And I'm not doing the twigs.
So Chirp the blue, right?
Chirp is the bright blue.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Makes me think of Bluebird.
Yeah. Bluebird of Happiness.
Yes, so.
That's so pretty. Now hers is quite a bit bigger than mine, but
Yes. So.
it's so pretty.
Very much not my usual colors.
I like it. I love that gray.
I know, that's gray is what made me, what I wanted, and I chose the other colors around the gray. So it's working out very nicely. So I have, guess that's the first twig section that I finished with, so, because it's a total of 2 twig sections, I think. So,
I think
I'm
you passed
somewhere,
that. You're right
around,
here.
yeah, I finished that. So I passed that one, I passed that one.
Yeah, you're down here.
So
somewhere.
I'm around here on this shawl. So it gives you a general idea of how much farther I have to go.
About 2/3 of the way, give or
Yeah.
take, because it gets bigger as it goes.
Actually, I think I'm about to change color, so I think I'm headed into this
Right.
section here. So after this section, then I have the big section there. So, I mean, it'll probably still be several podcasts because it gets bigger.
Yeah.
As
And it
it
gets
goes.
worked as it get worked. It get, you know.
Well, I've been working on this a lot. It's just that working on it a lot does not necessarily mean a lot of progress made simply because it's a big shawl
Right.
at this point.
Excuse me. How many projects do you have left?
I have 3 left. 4 left.
Okay, I've got 2, 4. I have 6. So
You did your 2 more at least.
I do 2 more this time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. In my Silver Shed USA Eeyore bag. I love this bag because it has Eeyore on it. I love Eeyore. So cute. Okay. My Eeyore bag is my School Marm shawl, which is from the Easy A pattern by Laura Smoot, and I'm using Miss Babs Yowza. The colorway is, I think you Gotta Love Me. Let me see. Gotta Love Me colorway. I'm using US 10s. Let me see here. There. And I did a little bit of work on this. My attention was focused on other things, as you'll see later on. But here we go. At least it looks like a shawl now. A little bit of shawl. A little Barbie shawl or cape or something. I don't know if you can see a little better now the darker colors, the little
Yeah, they can.
tonal. And the stitch markers are from Laura Concert. Thank you, Laura. My teacups, which I really love.
I have her different one. I have her stitch markers on different projects.
Yep. So do I. So this goes in here. These are, as I said, they're Chow Goos. I like this. This is a very nice, restful pattern. I don't like to necessarily do it when I'm watching TV, only because I tend to split my yarn or not finish my stitch or whatever if I'm watching TV and it's something like an Avengers or something where I'm getting into the movie and I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. So I'd rather be doing something a little more mindless. This is not that this requires a lot of attention, but I just
But the yarn overs it for you.
yeah, I do creative things when I'm when I'm watching television. So, and then Ty ends up having to look at it, make sure I can fix it, or she fixes it, or whatever. Is that the first one of the 2?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what I want to do next. Excuse me. Okay, this one here is in my PHN Podiversary bag. Silver Shed USA. You guys remember this bag, right? I'm sorry, guys. I have stuff in my throat at the moment. How did I get caught on this? Oh, gotcha. All right. This is her largest one, the 2X. And this has grown substantially. This is the In His Hands blanket. My hook go. Here it is. So you can see I made quite a bit of progress on this. I didn't put markers, but you can tell. I'm sorry, Ty.
Okay.
So this is pretty wide. I didn't realize how wide it was. I didn't have anything to really measure it off because I started at our LYS. So it's a little bigger than I thought it would be. But I really love the colors. This is James C. Brett Marble Chunky in the denims colorway. And just look at the, I don't know, can you see that? Can you see the difference? Can you see that? How different,
Yeah, I think they can.
it's absolutely beautiful. And it's fun to work with. You have to be a little careful when you first start because it can be splitty. In some ways it reminds me of, was it Homespun USA?
Yeah.
But not quite as fuzzy. It's fuzzy, but not quite as fuzzy. And this is going to be nice. It actually reminds me of another blanket I made with the Lion brand in a similar colorway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's this. I'm having fun with it. And this doesn't have a pattern. I'm just doing it as I go.
Remember that one you made that was from the center? It
Yeah,
ended up
I tore it
being
all out.
really heavy.
I tore it out because
Yeah.
I reclaimed the yarn because it was just,
It ended up all wonky and stuff because it was so heavy.
it was so heavy. They should have said not to use that kind of yarn, or maybe I did something wrong. I don't know.
Well, that was early in pattern for us.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Excuse me.
But you need a drink of your water.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, so in my Plover Bird, this is my first Plover Bird bag I got. Batman
That's a
bag.
Plover?
This is my first one, so it even has her tag on it.
Oh, right. At first I thought it was Tangerine Designs, but
Nope,
I don't think we
Plover.
have any more of theirs.
This was an early one for me.
Yeah.
Whimsical is the name of the project. The pattern is Miss L's Basic 6-ply Sock Pattern by Miss L. And I'm using Lady Fernico Creations Superwash Merino DK in the colorway A Touch of Whimsy. This is for Davina. When I'm done with this, I probably won't start another pair of socks for her necessarily. I will probably start like a tam or something for her. Because
Isn't that pretty?
as much as she likes socks, I think she'll get more use out of a hat.
She will, if you get the right colors.
Yes. So,
Isn't that pretty? And she likes the Diana's hat.
yes, she does. But the Diana's hat is a finger weight.
Yes.
So I want to look at some other patterns and see if I can find some sports.
Well, you can always say to her, you know, I like these hats. What do you think about that? You know,
Yeah.
she'll give you an idea.
I can generally pick out which ones she'll like.
Yeah.
She's usually pretty easy for me to figure out for that.
Look, it is got a very slight diagonal,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not really noticeable. I like the way this is working out, if I do say so myself. Because I'm when I see her work out my yarn, sometimes it's a revelation for me, especially when it's a new type of dyeing, and this was a new type of dyeing. So I like that. It's pretty.
So this has got a little bit of work done on it. Like the other one that's a gift, I can only work on this when the people are not present.
Right. Okay. My next project, excuse me, is in my Valeria bag, which lovely Valeria gave me a couple years ago, I think for my birthday. And this is my On Cloud 9 project. It's the Lala Simple Shawl by Laura Linneman. And I'm using 10.5, 6.5 millimeter Chalgu red lace circulars and undead yarn in bulky undyed natural colorway. And the reason this looks like I haven't made much progress is because I actually had to tink back 4 rows and fix something, and I did it by myself,
All by yourself.
all by myself. So I
Like a
tinked
big
back,
girl.
and I fixed it, and I did 2 out of the 4 rows I redid. So I am further, but I would have been a lot further than I am.
And the yarn is undyed.
It is undyed. It's natural bulky yarn that I got from Heidi. Isn't that? I love this pattern. I absolutely love this pattern. It's simple, and when you have this white, this off-white, it's very classic, and it just pops. It looks like baubles here, but it's not. It's just
Because I actually don't care for baubles, but I really like the...
I like on this. I love textured things, especially in this undyed, this natural colorway, like the fisherman's cardigans and things
Yeah.
like that. I absolutely love that. Now I'm not using my Chalgus because I don't have them in a 10.5. I ordered 10s and 10.5s. My 10s came in, My 10.5s have not, and they were supposed to come in 3 days ago.
Well,
So
we'll see if it comes in after the holidays.
yeah, I'll
then.
see if it comes in tomorrow, and then I'm going to have to shoot Amazon a message and say, hey, I'm very happy with the first set of needles, but I haven't received my second ones yet, and I need those because that's the one that I wanted to change these out. So I'm hoping to do 4 skeins of yarn with this project. If I decide I want it bigger, I'll have to see if Heidi's still carrying that this bulky.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I'll see if I can find it elsewhere. Okay, your turn.
So, I only have 2 left. How many do you have left?
3.
Okay. In my Knitting's My Bag chickadee bag is for himself. The pattern is the Miss L Basic 6-ply sock pattern by Miss L, and I'm using Dragonfly Fibers Damsel in the colorway Firecracker. And this is for Dad. Oops,
It's a bunny.
it's a bunny. And
I like
there's
that.
the variation.
I really like that.
I'd actually picked up this yarn initially for myself.
I really like that. It looks like it's iridescent.
Yes, it's part of why I liked it.
Dragonfly does that really well.
Yes.
'Cause I did my sweater in, that was like that too. It was iridescent.
Yeah. So that was actually Dragonfly.
Yeah. Oh, mine was Dragonfly?
The name of it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I believe the name of it was Dragonfly.
I have to check my project page. You're probably right.
So, I have to keep knitting for about till it's 9 inches. It's like 7.5. When I hit 9 inches, I can decrease for the toe.
We hear noises, so we're being very careful here. If you see it disappear into a bag really quickly, it's because
Yeah.
he is here.
But yes, that is all for me.
Okay. All for you? I thought you had two.
No, that's all. No, I have one more. after
Oh,
this.
okay, gotcha. All right. Okay. You have one more afterward?
Mhm.
Okay.
I told you I had a total of 2 projects left.
Okay, well, that's okay. Okay, now I'm starting up with things that weren't started before. I think all 3 are new. I think. This is Skylar from the Sleepy Bear by Jennifer Olivares. I'm using 3.75mm F-hook and Plymouth yarn, core, color spun, and the Ocean Drift and Knit Picks in the Dove gray colorways. You might recognize this yarn if you've been with us for a while. I tore it out of a sweater I was making. So I got a lot of progress. This is what I wanted to work. I got the head done. Okay. So the head and the body are done in one piece. So it's about halfway finished. It'll be about this big.
What is this again?
It's the Skylar, the Sleepy Bear,
Okay.
from the Sleepy Bear pattern by Jennifer Olivares.
Are you, what kind of eyes are you gonna have?
I haven't decided. She's got a way of doing embroidered eyes.
Okay.
So I was thinking about maybe doing that. But if I can't figure that out, I'll put safety eyes in.
Because you have to decide pretty soon, because otherwise you won't be able to.
Right, well, she hasn't said anything about doing it yet.
Okay.
So I'm really enjoying this. The color that will be the contrasting color is this. So I'm enjoying this fun. I just needed a little palette cleanser from. I still have Taya's owl. I just
Every once in a while you need a different thing, which is why I did that. Where'd that bunny go? There he is.
and I'm doing this in an Aran weight almost, so it's going fairly quickly. That's what I've been wanting to work on, and that's what I've been working on.
Yeah, I
So-
don't think I'd seen that one.
You haven't. Okay. I started it, I think, on Sunday. Sunday? Saturday, maybe.
Oh, I do have 2 left.
I thought you did. Okay.
Okay, so... And you have 3, right? You have 2.
I have 2 left.
Okay. So in my Silver Shed USA Kitties in the News bag is Dark Ruby, which is the On the Forest Floor
Oh, yeah.
pattern by Simone Caritz. And this is Miss Babs Yazawetta skein in the colorways Obsidian, Pewter, and Blad's. And also, for this one as well, I'm leaving out the twigs. And I'm about to head into what would have been the first twig section.
So pretty.
So,
That is really stunning.
this one is very striking. This is exactly what I saw in my head when I picked the colors. And these are all totally my colors. I used to have a thing about wearing black and red together, particularly in college. I used to have this black skirt I wore with a black shirt, and then I had a red vest with like black vines on it that was all sparkly.
See, this is going to get snagged every once in a while because I also wear black and red. I have that beautiful long black skirt with the red top that this might go well with, if you're not wearing it.
Yeah. This is probably going to become a favorite. I don't have anything quite like this.
It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
So, I've gotten a lot of compliments in the last podcast about the color choices for this, so
very
thank you.
nice. Yeah. Okay.
I like dramatic coloring.
Okay, this one is in my Ploverbird sheep bag. This is Happiness is a Rainbow. And this is the blue pattern I'm doing, the shawl pattern I'm doing with Laura's yarn, the alpaca, the long shawl. This is another one of those. So this is my own pattern. It's good to have a test knit type of thing. Don't want to put this out even if it's going to be, not paid for or whatever. So this is, I've started this, Davina doesn't know, but I've started this for her. That's as far as I've got. I'm using Lion Brand Mandala DK in the Gnome colorway, and that's what this looks like. And I think I probably have a couple more rows of the purple before I go into the pink. And I asked her several times if she liked this color. She said she wanted a sweater. Well, I'm not knitting a sweater. She's getting a scarf shawl. I think she'll like it.
I think she hasn't quite come to terms with the fact that Mom and I aren't doing sweaters really anymore.
No. So I started this I don't know, about 4 days ago. So this is another new one, and if I want this one done by Christmas, I'm gonna have to work on it a little faster than I'm doing on the other one. And I'm actually thinking
maybe you can aim for her birthday.
Yeah, I might do that.
Because that gives you another half a year.
So that's this. I'll work on it when I can. And I'm using size 7s. I wanted to use 8 or above on this, but I didn't have any 8s free. So, okay, your turn.
Okay, so the last one, which I almost forgot about because I was working on it, is Hoovian. This is in my Mama C Tudor bag, and it just makes me think of Tudor, England. Nothing really is Tudory about it in all reality, but this is the Timmy the Timid Turtle pattern designed by me. And I'm using James C. Brett Marble Chunky in the colorways MC20, MC3, and MC49. Because James C. Brett is very, very creative. So, and this is because the bunnies graciously let the turtles win the tortoise versus hare.
Delusional bunnies.
So this is going to end up about as big as PG.
Yeah.
Because I actually measured their heads together.
It's a little bigger, but not much.
Not really.
Well, it's not stuffed yet, though. Mine is stuffed. So
it's going to be about PG in size.
Yeah. Give it probably just a tad bigger.
And it makes sense because my bulky bunny ends up about the size of her worsted bunnies. That's just a difference in our gauges. And I'm using an eye hook. And this is a chunky. I just am a very tight crocheter. So I finished the head. Basically, I finished everything in this
how
one
big
color.
The feet are.
Yes. So, there are the feet. And this will be the bottom of the shell, but I'm not at that point
You're
yet.
very dramatic.
Yes. And this is the shell itself. I got off count somewhere, and I'm too lazy to go back and fix it, so I'm just going to do an extra row, and I'll be back on count again.
Add in or subtract or whatever. I do that all the time with your stuff.
I think I was trying to do it in the dark,
Right.
and I just missed a increase here or there. So if I do another row, that'll make up for the increases that I missed, and it'll make the turtle slightly bigger. So there we go.
All right, my last one is Baby Blue Dishcloth project from the Farmhouse Kitchen Dishcloth pattern by Brittany, I think it's Coughlin, and I blame Brittany Ewing for this, Bewing, because she had this in her group and they were talking about this. I started this yesterday,
Well, you really have had some start-itis going on. Whereas I've been working on a lot of the same projects.
So, I got this far. I like this. It's pretty. It's simple. Can you see the rose?
I can.
I really like the way this is working up.
I think it's Grandmother Simple, where it starts from the corner
I like
and it
that
goes
too,
out. It's
but
kind
I-
of like a miter square.
But I do like this one because sometimes that one will get wonky on me. This one is kind of a straight shot, and I wouldn't even mind using this for a square for a blanket.
right.
It's just
It is pretty.
It's very pretty. So I mean, you could use one this way, and then you could use one this way. You know, it's very pretty, and you could always use the back if you wanted to. So, but I'm using cotton for this. This is I love this cotton. I don't know what the color is. I didn't put it down. I don't think I had a ball band for it actually.
You probably have had it so long.
Yeah. So I can foresee myself doing more of this pattern because I do like it. It's kind of relaxing to do this, and it's got enough texture and enough variance to make it interesting. You know, but it's just pretty mindless. I think it's a 3-row repeat. So very nice. I don't know if this would work. It might work with a self-striping or a...
Is that the new
Variegated.
knit picks with the... Yeah, it's the green
These are the
cord.
Caspians.
Yeah.
These are the Caspians. I got these last year, I think, when I bought Christmas gifts or something, and they, said you could try them. I don't dislike knit picks, but I use them when I run out of needles, and I ran out of 8s. So I have to buy some 8s. But, yeah, I'm enjoying this very, very much.
Oh, I forgot to mention something about this shell that keeps me going. It does this really interesting thing with this colorway. It'll have... Okay, so it's like a 2-ply. And 1 ply will be one color to a certain point, and the other ply will change colors. Then that color will stay steady, and the other ply... So you have this... You find yourself going, oh, I'll wait till it changes
Right.
colors. And then a different one changes. Oh, I'll wait till that one changes colors. So it's kind of like addictive...
That's what I was trying to do with the patterns of the Manzella yarn, but I'm not big enough on the pieces yet for it to change.
Yeah.
You know.
So it kind of does
very
this
pretty.
really cool thing, and you can't tell from far away, but when you're up close, you can see that it does this really cool color change thing. You just you find yourself addictively continuing to craft with it.
Right. And the bag, I don't think I mentioned, is my Kikiboos. I have all 3 of my Kikiboo bags out this time for the tea kit we did a couple years back when she was doing those. Okay, so that's it for me.
Okay, so
Do you have any of those?
I don't, but you do.
I do. Okay, you saw my new baby hat, which means I finished the other one. So in my Kikiboo bag here is my finished highlighter lemon lime fizz hat. I really should change the name of this on my project page, because you are not losing this baby. You know? So this, I made this a little bit bigger. It's kind of a slouchy hat because I couldn't quite figure out what the size was. I finally found my book and did a size, but I like the way it turned out. It looks very bright, even brighter than it looks here. So that's done. I have to take a picture of it along with a few other things. I need to add this into a few alongs. So that takes care of that. All right.
So the next is royalties. I have 2.
I do too, but I can't show you one of them because it's in one of my bags. It's my size 10, size 10 and a half. 10 and a half. Whichever one came in was the one I didn't need. It's in one of my bags.
This one was a prize for having that I won from the Tortoise versus Heron Comfort and Crafts group. And I won a bag.
That's not it.
No, it's not. But I have to pull out the name of the
Look at that pretty card.
this pretty card.
She made the
it.
card.
Halcyon?
I've heard of them. Halcyon.
Halcyon?
Halcyon. I've seen her around before.
I feel like that she sounds familiar.
I think she has actually. She might have advertised in our group at one time.
She might have.
She might have.
She sent some lavender soap with this, so this package smells really good. So, this soap is not being used. It's going to be put somewhere, maybe near my yarn.
Put in a drawer with your hand, it's going to smell good. I think lavender also chases moths away.
It does.
So you just stick it in the bag in your drawer with your hand knits.
So, and she also sent something that's always useful, which is a tape measure. I am always, and it has her information on it. Have a sparkly day.
That's cute.
And then the bag itself.
Isn't that cute? That's adorable.
So I'm going to go ahead and put Davina's sock in it because the Plover Bird one isn't quite big enough for it.
And she has, House Yarn has her tag really big on here too. It's got her name on the front and Have a Sparkling Day on the back. I don't know if you can see, but
Yeah.
I love this fabric. It's adorable. And it's got the box bottom. Stands on its own, it looks like, almost.
I'll put this one in a different bag. I think that this should be in the...
Smells good.
There we go.
There you go.
And this will probably hold Davina's stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fits it a little bit better. Here's an owl.
Yeah, I saw it.
So there we go.
Very nice. Okay, so I can't show you my 10 and a half, US 10 and a half needles.
Thank you very much, by the way, Brittany, for letting me win that.
But I do have, I did some retail therapy for myself after Saturday. I had bought somebody this pattern.
I actually have that on the needles in a bag.
Yeah. I actually bought this pattern for somebody, I think for a birthday gift. But I've had it on my queue forever, and I wanted it. I was afraid it would go away. So
Once one of my forest floors are finished, I'll pick up my latte macchiato again.
Yeah, the latte macchiato is by Agnes
Kutaz Karetsis.
Yeah. I have several of her. I think I have
I've
several.
knitted 2 of her shawls.
This one looks like it might be about my skill level.
I've knitted the Starry Night, which I gave to a former coworker, and I've knit the orange and yellow one with the bobbles.
Does she normally start with a whole lot, or does she go from?
You start small and grow.
On this one too. So is this an applied border?
I don't think it's applied. I think you just knit it on after you're knitting, like you change.
Okay.
I haven't got to that part.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. You just change your colors and.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing this when I get some things off the needles.
Because that's the one that I got that blue from you for.
Yeah. I've wanted this for a long time, and so I did retail therapy. Mine.
Didn't you win a pattern or something from Brittany?
Yeah, but I talked about that last week.
Oh, okay, you did.
That was my.
That's right, because I didn't have my bag.
Right.
I do have another thing. I still had to thank you on Ravelry, but I received a really sweet gift. Just because she was thinking of me. This is from Just a Niddle, Laura, another Agatha Christie fan. She saw these and she thought of me. There's some Hercule Poirot, and I know, I tend to do things.
Poirot.
I don't like the French accent very much.
His name is Poirot, not Poirot.
I know.
Madame. Poirot is always right. He's never wrong.
There we go. And they fit up to 6mm needle, it says. Which is
Awesome.
very nice for it to actually tell me that.
6mm, that's US 10, isn't it? That's a good size needle.
I don't think that'll fit a 10.
Well, US 6s are, I think.
But it has a magnifying glass. It has a book.
US 7s are 4.5.
Oh, okay. So yeah, but it only fits 6. So
You said 6mm.
yeah.
4.5 is a 7.
Okay, it might go up to 10. This is book. The mustaches
The mustaches. You must take care of the mustaches.
and the hat. Oh, and of course the Orient Express.
Yeah.
So this is quite delightful. Thank you very much, Laura. This was an unexpected, beautiful gift.
Very nice.
And just because she thought of me, she saw it on Etsy and picked it up for me.
I think that's so sweet.
The only reason why you hadn't gotten a response on Ravelry sooner is because I got this just a little bit before the whole ER fiasco. So, but thank you. Don't think that I was not grateful.
What's
this
her
was
name?
such
What?
Just a Niddle.
Just a Middle. Because I keep getting her mixed up with Michelle. Just a Middle. Okay.
So these are going to join my favorite stitch markers because these are very special.
They're
Thank
awesome.
you. Yay.
Okay. Oh, Etsy shop. Do you have anything to say about anything?
I need to start working on designing, and I haven't done any design work.
Okay,
in a while.
I only did one yarn. I was playing with a technique, and I'm tentatively calling this hidden. Look what's hidden or hiding in the silver lining colorway. So this is what it looks like. This is a DK, I believe. Yes, it's a DK. It is 100% superwash merino wool, 246 yards, DK weight. So, look what's hidden or hiding in the silver lining. I was looking for other names for it, but there's nothing really else that fits in my mind. So,
Aging Unicorn?
Aging Unicorn. So that's that, and I maybe doing up some more. I know how I did it, so I can, I can. It has been rescanned. I can redo it if people like it. So, but this was experimenting a little bit.
A new dyeing technique.
New dyeing, yep, technique.
So I guess what's next is autobiography. Well, we covered a lot of autobiography for me earlier, but I worked a bit on the shared story. Read a little bit of Eleanor Castile. I was supposed to wait reading Brother Cadfael, Corpse Too Many, till I got to reading about Empress Matilda and King Stephen. I'll probably start it again when I get to that point. I like that book, and I tend to read it quickly. And I found a couple of new podcasts, the Medieval Death Trip podcast, which they go over, I guess it's based on something, well, the idea came from something I think was called the Oklahoma Death Trip, where they read over random newspaper articles. It was part of a thesis, someone's thesis that was, it was actually a book. But the idea is they read over old articles from this small town, and it was very random, just gave you a flavor of the town. So this guy who does the Medieval Death Trip, he takes medieval, little-known medieval texts, reads them over, and talks about them, which is interesting. Some of them are connected, some of them aren't connected at all to each other. Then the Myths and Legends of Europe podcast, which is seems to be about 15 minutes at a time. It's supposed to be family friendly, and goes over, right now it's starting with the Legends of Arthur, which it takes a little bit to make that family friendly. If you've read the source material. Picked up a great courses class for learning Spanish, because I've had several Spanish speaking, several patients lately that are Spanish speaking only, and I've been trying to get by on my high school Spanish, my memory of my high school Spanish, as well as using the translator system, and I just would like it a lot better if I could know more of the language. So I picked that up. Been, of course, listening to the Queens of England podcast. I'm all caught up, unfortunately. I finally got caught up, which is sad because I liked having a backlog. And been listening to Medieval Archives podcast. Not sure if I'll keep that. I like some of the stuff he talks about, but he's a little bit dry. And he makes listening to things a bit hard. He's not very interesting.
Oh, ouch.
Well, his material's interesting, but at least at the
Ouch.
beginning, he's just not. He's hard to listen to.
Oh, poor guy.
Well, maybe he'll get better as time goes on. I'm listening to it back in 2010.
We are still thinking about things that will be in the future for the Ready, Set, Go along, which is in January, because we have some ideas that take some working if they go through. So hopefully they will work out and we'll be able to do that.
And we haven't forgotten about the T one.
That's what I'm talking. Oh yeah, that's the one.
That's the one you're
I'm
thinking
talking
about.
The T1.
The year long Tia
T1.
long.
That's the one I'm talking about. I forgot about the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are thinking about that. We did have. I'm reading the Cana Mystery still by David Beckett. It's gotten a lot better. I mean, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I wanted to be reading right now. But now it's picking up speed, so I'm actually wanting to read more of it. I'm looking forward to getting Patrick Carr. He needs to hurry up and get to April already. You know, he needs to
Don't pull the string.
but I want the book. And so I have to start reading that over again, the series, so I can get to the point where it comes out in April. I'll be ready for it. But the other thing is, we wanted to thank the people who commented on YouTube. I did not get to comment on, or respond to anybody's comments on YouTube, except for one person. So I apologize for that. I think I got caught up with everybody on Ravelry.
Yes, thank you for all your comments. We did get a little bit behind. I know I started answering some people, but this weekend has been a little bit different.
Yeah, it's been difficult to stay on top of things this week. So thank you very, very much for watching and for commenting, for all your kind words and suggestions and just general being nice. We appreciate
Yes, thank
everything.
you.
You guys are awesome. And I believe we'll be podcasting
The plan is Monday.
Monday. So we should be here next Monday, God willing. So we wish you, unless you have something to say, anything?
No, not this time.
Okay, we wish you all a very wonderful week of knitting, crocheting, whatever it is you like to do. If you're just crafting, you're relaxing, whatever it is you like to do, we wish you a very wonderful week full of every good thing. And we hope to see you back here. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 279. And that's a wrap.